Hey guys, Josie here, and once again I am back with another F1 Tantrums. First of all, I'm going to start off by saying a massive congratulations to Esteban Ocon and to Sergio Perez, who have both signed again for Force India for next year. Mainly to Esteban because I think he is one of the most underrated drivers on the grid, and I am really looking forward to him climbing his way up to probably Mercedes. I do think that he is one that is going to be in a Mercedes seat in the near future, so who knows, keep my fingers crossed. Another congratulations is to Carlos Sainz, who finished 4th on Sunday, which is his best career finish, well, ever. And that kind of brings me on to my first complaint. The driver of the day went to Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, I understand he drove a good race, he kept out of trouble at the first corner with the crash between Kimi, Seb and Max. I understand that. I understand it was a decent race for him. But 3 of them had taken themselves out, and Daniel avoided this obviously because he carried on till the end. So Hamilton was really just going up against Ricciardo. That was his main fight. He led from the start, so he was pretty much awarded driver of the day for keeping his nose clean at the first corner. Whereas Carlos came from 10th to 4th. If you saw the picture that he put on Twitter, I think it was, wasn't Instagram, Twitter, he had completely wrecked that pedal. Completely wrecked it. I mean, pedal to the metal, he kind of took it literally. Like, amazing work from him, and I thought he was my driver of the day. Between him and Alonso, they were my drivers of the day. I mean, Alonso carried on going for as long as he physically could. McLaren had no data. They knew nothing what was going on with his car. They had nothing. They were going blind. He was just powering on, carrying on, just doing his absolute all with severe damage to his car, and I was amazed how long he went. So props to Carlos and to Alonso, who were my drivers of the day, personally. Another thing that's irked me this weekend has been the fan abuse between the Mercedes and Ferrari lot. Thankfully I kind of took a step backwards being a Red Bull fan. I was mainly sidelined by this, but there's so much abuse just being thrown around. I understand the memes that come out of it, yeah, some of them really funny, but the amount of people going on about Ferrari cheating, I'm not 100% where have you got this from? Yeah, I saw this whole thing about Seb's not going to win world champion and that's it for the cheating Ferraris, and I didn't really look into it, but I did look at some of the comments that were then Ferrari fans obviously going down the throat of this person, telling them how they were like lower than low, saying what a crap driver Hamilton was. And then there was the likes of the ones that then take it just that step further and say, oh, I hope your favourite driver crashes and dies, and it's like, whoa, just chill. I saw that mentioned about Hamilton. I'm obviously not a Hamilton fan, but holy crap, guys. We're getting a bad name for ourselves. We are going to get on par with, like, eccentric football fans. It's going to be like going to a race, if we're not careful and we don't, like, dial it back and, you know, leave our anger at the computer screen, possibly, or just, you know, shut the hell up. It's going to be like going into Newcastle on Derby Day. You will literally be like body armour trying to get through because you're in amongst all this violence between different fans. It is madness. And I think it's been a while since I have got really involved in any of this. I try to stay away from the abusive ones now. I started to block them and delete them and mute them occasionally if I do normally quite like the person. But there's very few. I mean, I know lovely Ferrari fans and I know lovely Mercedes fans, but then you just get the ones that just take it too far. And everything, like, you could say Sebastian has nice hair today and they'll swoop in, Hamilton's better, Hamilton has nicer hair, it's like cotton candy and all this absolute bollocks. And you could do the same about Lewis. So yeah, he had a nice pair of shoes on today, and like anything they'll pick up on to fight with each other. Why are you filled with so much hate to do with people who don't know who you are? Like, how? Fair enough, I would like fight to the death to defend Ricciardo, because Daniel is such a, like, he's just like a teddy bear. How could you not like Daniel? But whatever. My third annoyance was that Ferrari tweets, I should say. There was 2 of them. Wow! Someone messed up big style, and they're still there. I mean, it's almost like a countdown to see how long they're gonna last before someone goes, you know what? People have screenshot this enough and we've made ourselves look a little bit stupid, we should probably take it down. Like, wow! Why would you do that? And then, I went on this morning, and between the stupid Ferrari tweet and the fact that someone has actually done an interview with Jacques Villeneuve, I mean, oh, leave the man be. No one wants to hear his opinion. No one cares. If you haven't seen the Ferrari tweet, it pretty much was, to sum it up, they said Verstappen took out Kimi, who took out Seb, or took out Seb, who took out Kimi. I can't remember off the top of my head. I shall look. It pretty much said Verstappen took Kimi out and then he went to Seb. They then followed it up a few hours later with what we tweeted was a factual description of events. No need to speculate on this. And literally everyone in the F1 community just, we all just looked at this and thought, what are you doing? What is happening? Are you okay? Do you need to lie down? Would you like a doctor? Oh, it's just, I have no words for this. I'm going to quote Kate Hewitt. It was a moment when a PR needs a PR. It was bad. And you're just looking for someone to get the sack for that. It's like when that one of Perez's sponsors had put online after Trump's election about how they supported Trump, and immediately, not thinking like, whatever, we actually sponsor someone that's Mexican. He's saying that he's going to build this wall between us and Mexico, and next thing you know, Perez is all guns blazing, dropped this sponsor in a spectacular, who obviously has made such an impression on me that I can't actually remember who it is, drops them, goes on about how he's fight who would be standing with Mexico and other Mexicans, and I remember looking at him going, yeah, you go Sergio. I still don't know who your sponsor is though. It's just, people need to kind of take into account that if they're in charge of these social media accounts, to not tweet at the heat of the moment. Be the best way to put this. But it has been a bit of a wild weekend. I decided, I know people probably want to see my opinion on what actually happened between who I'm blaming. It's a racing incident, I don't care. It's done. It's done. Let's move on. It's Malaysia soon. And we haven't another few races. Seb can save this. I think, personally. It goes one or 2 years. They fight tooth and nail down to the bitter end, down to Abu Dhabi, and we've got yet another amazing fight on our hands. Well, Hamilton ends up off in front, and so be it. It'll be the one that got away from Ferrari, and they'll be they'll just regroup, come back in 2018. Oh well, let's move the hell on. It's Tuesday and there's still things going around saying who do you think's to blame, so yeah, whatever. So that is me done. I am going to sign off once again. I will probably do another video at the weekend or next week. There is a MotoGP race this weekend, so it's more than likely going to be MotoGP related, depending on what happens, depends on if it's actually decent or whatever happens. C'est la vie. But for now, ciao.